Well, so have you ever been, so I remember, so when we started, especially high school or maybe school, so I remember that, maybe we were bullied by some people, some students. So have you ever been bullied before by someone? And
No,
how
but
did it make you feel?
maybe yes. When I was in high school, some of my friends didn't want to. They asked other friends to not to play with me, and
Yeah.
they make me feel lonely. So I just have three friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a small. I used to have a big group of friends, but they said something. I don't know what they said, but many friends didn't want to play with me, and that group is get got small, just
Yeah.
three three girls play together, and
Yeah.
I so lonely. I felt so lonely, and I didn't know why. What did I do? Um, why did they do that? Yes, uh, um, it's at that time about 2 years. It's
Yeah.
it was a long time, and after graduated after graduating from high school, they make friends again with me,
Oh.
and I didn't remind um, the uh, remind
You didn't remind them what they did?
yeah,
Like you were great.
I
Yeah.
ignored it.
Yeah, you ignore it. Yeah, very good. Well, so now let's talk about the role of parents. Actually, in this situation, now I want to ask you, now you have kids, so tell me, what would you do if your kids were being bullied at school?
Mm. I will ask my children what happened with them at the school,
Of
and
course.
what do they feel? How can I help? And I will come to the school to ask the teacher.
Of
Um,
course.
and yes, and maybe I will meet the other parents to have advice. Um, mm, yes, I think I want to know what happened first, to understand
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah,
What?
very good. To listen to them. So the first thing, as you just mentioned, so you make sure to listen to them. And of course, support them emotionally. So how they feel now,
Yes.
that is really important. Then, of course, I would walk to school. Okay. Or maybe talk. Okay. To ensure it gets addressed properly. Yeah, so to talk to teacher, so because, you should know the situation to talk about the situation, so that's really important. Well, so let me ask you now, have you ever actually asked to go to school? Have you ever been asked to go to school since your kids just, did something, bullied other students, or no, never? So this time I'm sorry, your kids did. And of course, you were invited, you were asked to go to school to clarify and to talk about the situation. So have you ever experienced?
I have never uh, got the situation. I
Yeah,
just went to school to see the teacher and talked about my children's study.
of
The study.
course.
And one time I came to the school to because my the principal asked me to come.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
yes, but not. But it was not because of my children has been bullied. It's
Yeah,
another situation.
yeah. Just, we know that you can use it in passive. So if you are bullied by someone, okay, so it means that someone else bullied you. So they are different. So if you want to use in passive, it means so you can say, I was the one who did, I was the bully person, or no, actually, I was the one, like, it was like a victim. Someone did this to me. Okay, so that is different. So they have been bullied. It means they have been bullied by other students. So the other students did. But so they have bullied, or they bullied, it means they did. My kids did. So they're different, but you can use the two actually depending on your maybe what you meant on your context, or for example, what you want to say, you can change it in passive or active. Okay, well, let's talk about the word, but of course, we're going to have a really good topic that is cyberbullying, and we'll watch a good video about it because nowadays, especially since most of youngsters and, like teenagers are into social media and using like, internet for different reasons. So we have and experience the same thing, and we should know what to do. Now, talk about words, and then, of course, we'll watch the video together. Bully. So you know this word. There is no need to talk about the meaning because we just talked about it. But how to use it? Uh, Actually, you can use it as a noun or verb. So here is verb. I was bullied, but you can also, for example, we always have a bully at school. So someone, who, I don't know, like, for example, try to frighten people, or for example, all the students, so to push them or to force them do something. So bully as a noun, for example, um, don't let a bully bring you down. Stand up for yourself. So it means because sometimes it happens, you know. And then as a verb, as you can see here. So for example, he tried to bully his classmate. He tried to bully his classmates. It means he did. And now here you are bullied by someone. So this way you can use it. And I have a sentence. You tell me what you think. some people, I believe in this. Some people bully others to hide their own insecurities. You know, we see that some people try to, I don't know, they do something, and no matter, of course, if you're young, old, we have this type of, what is this? This type of people, okay? But, you know, some people bully others, I think, to hide their lacks, their insecurities. What do you think about it? Do you agree?
Yes, I definitely agree with you that some people bully others to hide their insecurities, or they have a problem with their family, or they used to um, to be bullied by others.
Yeah, yeah, they used to be yeah, of course, that was really good. So how to use it? I was bullied by some people. I used to be, so you can say, I used to be bullied by, yeah, of course, they used to be bullied by other people. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and bullying, do you think bullying, like, you know, has a root in people's childhood?
Mm,
And you know
yeah,
how you, yeah?
yes,
Because, you know, if you, I don't know, if you were born and raised in a family who taught you this, maybe this attitude, this trait, and they treat you this way, maybe now as an adult, you have this character and you can't change it.
yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, as um, some people can change their characters when they get older. Uh,
Yeah.
um, they bullied someone when they was a child, when they were a
They were,
child.
of
Yes.
course, they were children.
Uh,
Yeah, of course. So we can say, yeah, I'm
yeah.
sorry, I interrupted you.
Yes, because they were not mature enough.
Of course, just they are mature because, you know, they are different, mature enough to protect, yeah, themselves, to protect themselves. So of course, maybe they have been victims. Let me write.
Yeah.
They have been victims of bullying experience,
Yes.
or just bullying is good. So I don't want to make it so. They have been, yeah, victims, especially because I think bullying can often have roots in childhood, maybe in family, maybe at school. So I was that person, I was that victim that, you know, like, you know, I suffered, but now I try to be the strong one at a higher position. Well, the next one, self-esteem. Okay, so you know that the meaning of this is like confidence. If I want to give you a good synonym, that is confidence. Oh, let me change the color of it. Confidence. Well, and now, so how we can maybe improve, maybe how we can strong our kids or our, you know, self-esteem or confidence, you think?
Can you ask me again?
Of course, how we can improve, how we can boost, okay, how we can boost our kids' self-esteem, our kids' confidence. How to boost?
I think the self-esteem is good.
Of course, it's confidence. Of
Confidence.
course, yeah, of course. When you self-esteem is when you have self-esteem, you're high, it means you are confident. You're sure about your ability. So that is really important as a parent. That is really important to boost our kids' self-esteem. They should be confident enough to go and to deal to society and to deal with problems. But what can we do? For example, as a mother, how do you boost your kids' self-esteem or confidence?
I guess I advise my daughter to have to take care herself and learn how to make her have a good looking.
Very good.
Yes, and they and I help her to study wealth at school.
Of course.
Yes, uh, to have a self-esteem in school.
Of course. So I think, let me give you some words. First of all, we should build, of course, confidence. But how? How we can help? The first one, I think, compliments. For example, you are to your kids, you are talking English very well. So it's like, you try to help boost someone's confidence. Compliments and, of course, encouragement. That is really important. When I say, for example, man, you're doing very well, you're doing great. So it's like, you can be sure about your ability. Okay, teacher says so I think I'm good. So this one is really good. So this way we can build someone's confidence. And on the other hand, unfortunately, some parents criticize their kids constantly. They always find fault. Oh, what was that? Oh, you did it wrong. So constant criticism, that is really important. That is really important. So because it can lower your self-esteem. And unfortunately, and they think that, okay, it's actually, I don't know, my method. So what we shouldn't find fault. If I say, okay, always just, keep saying, you are not good at this, you can't do that. Of course, I ruin, my kids' self-esteem. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are different words that you can, if you want, now you can use them to make your speech. You can use them. What is this? So if you want, you can use them to make sentences to actually learn how to use them to make, yeah.
Yes. I often give compliments and encourage,
Encouragement. Encouragement.
compliments and encouragement to my children when they did something, when they did well at school, and to have them feel self-esteem. Yes.
Of course, to boost their self-esteem, of course. Well, yeah, very good. So, yeah, you give compliment and you encourage. If you want to use it as a verb, you can say encouragement is noun. You can also say encourage. In what they do, so try to encourage them so you can build and help them boost their self-esteem or confidence. Well, we just talked about this word victim. So that is someone or something has been hurt, damaged, suffered by another actually maybe person or something. So this can be the meaning of victim. I was victim of bullying when I was teenager, and this one is really, I think, suffering when you feel like that you always are victim or innocent, you know? So it's like, you know, or for example, suffer. So you're always the one that is bullied by all the people. And of course, it can be used in different contexts. So for example, when we have a natural disaster, like, you know, earthquake, there, of course, we know that these type of disaster may leave lots of victims. So this is another way that you can use. Okay, so and sufferer or victim. So for example, yeah, of course, you can say victim or for example, sufferer, of course. Suffer is, I suffer from something, that is verb. Sufferer, ER, of bullying. A sufferer, someone who suffered from bullying. Yeah. Wow. And tackle, so deal with or tackle. So this one, how to deal with, how to handle something, especially difficult situation. So to try to deal with something or someone, bullying school is one of the many difficult problems that the government is trying to tackle. What do you think? Do you think what schools, for example, so maybe principals or I don't know who is in charge of dealing with and addressing, you know, this type of behavior like bullying at school? Who is in charge? Who is responsible? Teacher?
Yes.
Parents?
Yes.
Yeah?
They are in charge of tackling
Very
bullying.
good. Tackling, or you can say dealing with or handling. They're in charge of, yeah, of course, different verbs that you can, they are all can be considered, you know, somehow synonyms, handle or deal with. Yeah. And this one, could you read this example, please, Min?
Sick. If you feel bullied by other school, you should seek help from other homeroom teacher. Seek help.
Of course.
You should seek help from your homeroom teacher. Yes.
Of course. Yeah. If you feel bullied by other, yeah, of course, you should seek, like, ask for advice, help. Okay, just, we can use this verb in different contexts. For example, yeah, of course, seeking advice. So that is information. You want some information. Or help. You need support. So it means to find, to look for. So to look for, change the color, to look for help from your homeroom teacher. That is really important. Well, what? And we normally, let me give you a good collocation, because we normally seeking a job. We normally use it. This is a really common collocation. So for example, after graduation, you should seek a job. So seeking a job, looking for a job after graduation. So this one is a good collocation that you can use. But this one, so tell me, if you feel bullied by other students, so at the time that you felt, for example, you were a student and you felt like, yeah, I am bullied by other students or my friends. So tell me, if you try to seek help from someone at that time, do you remember? Did you talk to anyone?
I didn't talk to teachers or parents, my parents, about that. I suffer it, and decided to handle it by myself.
Oh, very good. You're strong. I think you were strong. So
yeah, I didn't do anything wrong at that time.
yeah.
That was my friend's problem, not mine.
Of course, of
Yes,
course.
I am confident uh, to fight other friends to play and try and
Ah,
and focus on my study.
yeah.
I because I didn't do anything wrong with them.
That was really good, actually, because, we normally can't, especially in some situation like, when something important, crucial happens and we can't handle it. I don't know, we can't make a good decision. But it was really good. You took your focus from that situation to another one, and we tried to have a new experience with other people. That was really good. Yeah. And so let's talk about this one. Counselor. Okay. So every school, could you read it, please?
Every school and workplace should have a counselor to help students and employees with
Yeah.
their problems.
Counselor, of course,
Yeah.
counselor. And you know that we have different types. So counselor is a person, someone whose job is to provide guidance, help you, give advice. It's like a therapy. Yeah. Now, sometimes we need to go to a mental health counselor. Of course, sometimes career or job counselor. Sometimes marriage counselor. Sometimes, of course, school counselor. So we have different types. So it depends on your need. So it can be, yeah, some people suffer from some emotion. They have some emotional problems. So actually we can say mental health counselor can be really helpful. Or when you have any problems about, I don't know, your career, about your job, about your approach, career counselor. Of course, it's really important to have a school counselor for emotional support. academic, so not only emotional. And marriage, I think that is really important to help families or couples to improve their relationship. So it's really important. So, well, tell me, first of all, let's talk about this. So, if your kids, so in the past, of course, when started here, so if your kids' school had a counselor to help the students emotionally,
Yes.
yeah.
At my school in Vietnamese school, Vietnamese public school, maybe they don't have a counselor,
Oh,
or the counselor don't have a good road. They did they don't have a good role in counselor, but in international school,
oh,
my children have a very good counselor at school.
ah,
Yes,
yeah.
they uh, they can come to talk and play with counselor every lunchtime. Every
Ah,
lunchtime, um, and the counselor give them the advice about their study, about their job in the future. She have to they she helps my children uh, to recognize their ability, a good
very
ability.
good.
I I love the counselors in my children's school. Yes.
Yeah, that's really good actually. So I think counselor plays a really important role, especially in students' future. Maybe how they, because as you said, when they can talk easily and freely without having any concern or maybe, I don't know, fear. Because normally, kids have some, I don't know, some fears like, okay, if I talk to this person, maybe they share everything with my mother. And that is really important because we have this. They normally are afraid of talking and sharing. But when you show that you are that reliable person, and they can rely on, they can trust. So I think it's really important to have a good counselor. Not only, so how about marriage? Do you think we should talk to a counselor before getting married?
Uh, we didn't have a counselor before getting married, and we don't have a good habit to. Um, uh, we don't often find a counselor
Ah,
uh, for marriage.
yeah.
We don't have a marriage counselor. Yes.
Ah, you don't have. It's like, there is no career like marriage counselor that you can talk to.
Maybe they have a career, that career, but I
Ah, you
in
don't
Vietnam
know.
not popular.
Ah, of course, it's not popular to talk to counselor. Ah, really? That's, yeah. So what do you think? So you yourself, what is your opinion? Do you think it's good to have this actually person? Because marriage is, I think, maybe one of the most important, or maybe the most important decision that you make in your life. So this person, not only your husband, this person will be your, for example, your kid's father or mother, of course, no difference, wife or husband. So what do you think? Do you think we should talk, or no, you think it's not really important, especially when you have some maybe challenges and actually duration, maybe when you are in a relationship with someone? What do you think?
I think it's better for us to have the counselor, the yes, to help us deal with the problems in our lives. But in Vietnam, we don't
It's not common.
Yes,
it's not really common.
It's
Yeah.
maybe we don't have enough money to pay for the counselor. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And we often deal with the problems by ourselves.
Of course,
Yes.
of
But now,
course.
when the society is developed and we have money, yes. Maybe now, and we should. Yes, I think it's better. It's better if we can talk with the counselor about our problem.
Yeah. And don't you think that governments, so I think it's something that government should do. So, government should provide free family counselors, in the family camp because it's really essential. So why not free family counselors? So do you think it's a good idea to have free? So if we can, of course, when it comes to paying money, people don't prefer to pay their money on something that they find not, like unessential, as not really essential, or unnecessary. So what do you think? So if we have free family counselors, so what do you think? Do you think people will ask for help, we talk, and what do you think about this one?
Yes, of course. I think when the government help to help the we to have a counselor without paying anything. Yes, I think
Of
we can
course.
use it more
Of,
often, and
of course.
it can help our society
Of course.
to be better. Yes,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
a good family, have a good relationship in family,
Of course.
in workplace, in school, and make the
Yeah.
society get better.
Yeah, I think every country should have free
Free.
counseling. Yeah,
Yes.
that is a really important service. But maybe because it cost to the government. So of course they don't. They don't like to do it. Like, why we should, I don't know, maybe invest in this field, in this part, this area, because that actually it requires significant budget. So they
How about
don't do.
in the
Yes,
US?
we do. We
We use,
do.
oh,
Of
yeah.
course, we
This
do. And yeah, of course, we have some free services, and we can say that even it's not only about, family counselor or, for example, a school, we do. And, for example, if you, I don't know, do show some, I don't know, like unusual trade. I'm talking regarding your kids or family, even if your neighbors call, they come, and of course they definitely address this issue, and without you need to pay anything. So that's really important. So we have some free services, and this one actually is included in free services. That is really important. Of course, it's, we have, it depends. If you are not in a good financial situation, you don't need, so it depends. So actually we have these free services for everyone who want to use, but specifically for people who can't afford, can't afford these type of services. But yes, we do. And I think that's really important. why we should pay? They should do something. So it's like, people need. So we pay, I can say that we pay for everything in the US, but we have some services. So of course we pay it all the way. So we have different ways to pay for it, but not directly. Well, Min, we have a really good video. Yeah.
Excuse me, you mean that in the US you have your private counselor, but not a free counseling. You
Yeah.
have to pay. You have to pay.
Yeah. Let me say something. In my country, so in the US, free counseling service, okay, actually is available for everyone. Families, okay. Of course, depend on location, so where you live, but we have it. So it's like, you don't need to, like, for example, I don't know, it's like you don't need to think about money here. You don't need to pay because especially when you can't afford it. So, and we have different fields, okay? So the first one, for example, mental health counselor. So we have free services. And for example, we have different, let me say something, organization. Let me say, like, for example, companies, organization. They are non-profit organizations, so they don't actually, and you don't need to pay. And they provide some, for example, free counseling services. There are some names. So for example, you can find it. There are some different organizations. And of course, we have another organization that are government programs. So again, but we can say that we have different it's like departments or for example, organization that support these type of services. So, and you don't need to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
You have
course.
a good
Well, for example, wherever you live, I live in this area, okay? I can search, okay? For example, for local community healthcare, and then, or for example, another organization, and directly talk to and ask for this type of service. And you don't need to pay, they're free.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Are you ready to watch the, do you have any other questions?
No, I don't have.
Okay, so let's watch this video together. It's about cyberbullying on social media. So let's see. You can make some notes because there are some words. What?
Top 10 forms of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a worldwide problem that's growing fast. In this video, we'll take you through the top 10 forms of cyberbullying so you have the knowledge to protect your children. 1. Exclusion. Exclusion can happen in several ways. Your child might be deliberately excluded from online activities, conversations, or social media tags. Children who don't have the latest technology, such as a mobile phone, are prone to exclusion. 2. Harassment. Harassment is sustained and intentional bullying, comprised of abusive or threatening messages sent to your child or to a group. This can severely affect a child's mental well-being. 3. Outing. Outing is the act of publicly humiliating a child or group through the online posting of private or embarrassing information without consent. Even reading your child's messages on their mobile phone out loud can be considered a form of outing. 4. Cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is a dangerous form of cyberbullying in which attackers harass victims through online communications like email or social media. It also refers to adults using the internet to contact and meet young people for abusive purposes. 5. Fraping. Fraping is when someone logs into your child's social media account and impersonates them, posting inappropriate content in their name. Remember, everything rude or otherwise posted online may never be fully gone, even if deleted. 6. Fake profiles. Fake profiles can be created by someone to hide their real identity with the intention of cyberbullying your child. The cyberbully may also use someone else's email or mobile phone to harass them. 7. Dissing. Dissing is sending or posting cruel information about your child online to damage their reputation or friendships. It also includes posting damaging photos, screenshots, or videos online. 8. Trickery. Trickery involves gaining your child's trust so that secrets can be shared publicly online. A cyberbully will befriend your child, leading them into a false sense of security before sending their private information to others. 9. Trolling. Trolling means deliberately provoking a response through the use of insults on online forums and social media sites. A troll will personally attack your child, aiming to make them angry and provoke a response. 10. Catfishing. Catfishing involves stealing online identities and recreating social networking profiles for deceptive purposes. Catfishers look at your child's profile and take information to create a fake persona. This could involve using personal information, potentially damaging your child's online reputation. Please share this video with other parents to help spread awareness.
Well, so as you can see, actually, bullying on social media is more dangerous. So you if something happens that you can see. So it's like, okay, I can see, and it's like, I can recognize, and then I can deal with it. I can address. But something that you have no idea about it, this can be more dangerous. Well, let's talk about them one by one. Okay, the first one that you heard was, do you remember? Exclusion, right? Let me share the board. And what does it mean? Do you remember? One.
Exclusion.
Exclusion, yeah. Do you remember? Leaving someone out.
Someone out, yes.
When you want leaving someone or something out. Here we're talking about people. So that is really important. You feel like that you are not included in every, anything. You are not allowed to join or participate something. So that is really important. Well, and of course, maybe it can lower your confidence. And the next one, do you remember?
Harassment.
Of course. Well, harassment, okay. Do you remember the meaning of it?
We leave the information online. Aggressive behavior.
Yeah, behavior. Yeah. So what is that? When you want, okay? So it's like, it's like you want to upset. You tend to upset them, or for example, intimidate. So that is really important. Well, it can be physical, it can be just verbal, so it can be emotional. So for example, insulting, that is verbal harassment. Just, insulting, you say some bad words, and of course you make people really upset. So this is, and of course we have physical. So for example, I don't know, unwanted touching someone. That is harassment, physical harassment. That is really important. Or I don't know, some aggressive actions. Yeah. So this one, and we have, of course, others. The third one.
The third one, I didn't get it.
Yeah. Outing. Okay, but let me write something here because that's really important, because we talked about cyber. okay, cyberbullying, okay, we can say, for example, sending, like threatening, what is this? Threatening, I don't know, messages. So can be considered as harassment, okay? So this is really important. So when talking to someone on social media, so you can actually add this one. Okay, let me write. Well, so sending threatening, okay, this can be really important. Well, and outing, do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Ah, okay, well, when you reveal, okay, some personal information, that is outing. I send you something and you share it. You have my personal information and you reveal. Let me write it here.
Information.
Of course.
Review, yeah. Review the information of someone.
Personal, of course. Personal information. That is outing. Well, and you know that we are talking about public, public revealing. So that is outing. So everyone knows about you and your personal information. So this is outing. So unfortunately, we have it. The next one is cyber stalking. Number 4. So what do you think about this one?
Someone try to talk to and make friends with young people.
Yeah, maybe when you use social media, so or any platform to, for example, threaten people, to intimidate people. So this is the meaning of cyber stalking. So for example, I don't know, you can send some messages, some emails, some threatening emails. So this is cyber stalking. So yeah. And the next one. So let me write here, like sending, like emails to intimidate people. Yeah. Wow. And number 5, actually this one was slang. Do you remember?
Prepping.
Prepping. Yeah. Actually, it comes from Facebook and rape. Facebook, prepping, yeah, and rape. What is that? Actually, you know that when I remember that the session that we talked about crimes and criminals, we mentioned rape. That is really important crime. And, when someone actually access your personal social media account, and when, for example, I don't know, they post something inappropriate, embarrassing, I don't know. So this is actually the meaning of this. For example, they share sharing some inappropriate pictures, posts on social media, on Facebook. So accessing, that is really important. Someone's social, for example, media account. And of course, that is really important. Of course, you know that without permission, that is really important. Without permission and sharing some inappropriate, yeah, and embarrassing. That is really important. Posts.
With the permission and
Yeah.
share some inappropriate and embarrassing post.
You post some inappropriate, some like, you know, embarrassing things. So that is really important. And, oh, we have fake profile. Do you remember?
Fake profile.
Yeah.
Yes. They create a fake profile about themselves.
Of
and
course.
Yes, and they want to make the other believe them.
Of course, they hide their identity. That is really important because for some reasons. So there's some reason why someone needs to create a fake profile. So that is really important. Fake name, fake, for example, picture. Okay, so it's really important.
For the bad purpose.
Yeah. Well, and again, we have another one that is dissing. That we normally hear, yeah, of course, this one. Again, it's another slang, and actually it comes from disrespecting.
Yeah.
And the meaning is really clear. Disrespecting, dissing. So what happens, and we normally, for example, this famous person actually, you know, tries to diss another one. It's like, you know, they insult, they criticize. Yeah, so we can say like insulting, criticizing.
Criticizing.
Yeah, of course, that is really important. Criticizing, that is dissing. Well, do you remember others? Like, you know, we have, I think, yeah, 3 more words. Do you remember them?
Trickery.
Trickery, of course, trickery. Trickery, of course. What is that? It comes from trick, dishonesty. You know? And what is that? They trick, they cheat someone. So that is really important. That is trickery. So it's like, you know, you cheat, you are dishonest. So this is trickery. And the next one, 9. Well, let's complete this part, then I will start my next class.
The number 9.
Yeah. Trolling, of course. Of course. Yeah. So posting some offensive. So what is that? Do you remember?
They try to talk to make someone angry.
Of course. Posting offensive, like for example, comments. Why? Because you want to make them angry, upset. Yeah, of course. If you troll and someone. And the last one, number 10, let me write it here. 10, catfishing.
Catfishing, yeah.
Yeah.
Catfish.
What is that?
Creating. Created a fake profile to make friends.
Very good. Excellent. A fake profile to make friends, of course, to abuse. So the purpose is abusement. It's not real. So maybe you want to deceive people and you create a fake profile and of course try to make friends, share photos, and of course none of them are real. Well, so unfortunately we have no more time to talk about it, but we should. This one is really important because now we have some actually words and phrases related to cyberbullying. They're really important and we're going to use them. If you have time, of course, it's your choice. Could you please, I want you to maybe give me some examples of these, actually, we can consider them as cyberbullying items. So could you please make some sentences, try to use them, or if no, you have no time, we can talk about it at the next session. So it's your choice, Min.
Yes.
I want to give you some homework. You have time to do homework?
I don't think
I know.
but I try my best to make a session and talk about cyberbullying.
Of course, that is really important practice because it's really important. And you know, this is a really common topic that we normally talk about nowadays because we have internet and social media and of course, different problems with our teenagers. Okay, unfortunately, we should skip now. But, oh, by the way, you look really beautiful today. As I told you before, every time I like this color. White is perfect color for you. Just try to, you know, try always wear white because it's really perfect. Of course, because you have fair skin, white skin, it's really beautiful. So, but I like this color. Now the combination of black and white, you look so beautiful.
Yes.
So have a beautiful day, exactly the same as you, and wonderful weekend. And of course, see you next week.
Yeah, have a good time.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Good night.